Yeah, it looks like we could have a good display of the aurora tonight. Could have some impacts with that. Go to our partners at the Space Weather Prediction Center with those. But they have a geomagnetic storm watch that was just put out about 6 o'clock. They don't have their graphic out right now, but it could be a G4 storm. That's the highest level of watch that they issue. They don't issue G5 watches. So if things set up right, it could be a really good display of the aurora. So as far as the KP index, you can see 5, once it starts getting dark, about 5 or 6 o'clock, this is when it appears basically on the horizon. Supposedly it'll get better through the night between about 8 and 11, about a 6. At this point, they're calling for it to peak between about 11 p.m. and about 2 a.m. Maybe getting as good as an 8. That's a G4 storm. If that happens, we could have a really good display of the aurora. But staying pretty good all the way from 2 until it starts getting light about 5 or 6, staying at about a 6, again, if this verifies. Now you're wondering, how far south does that get? Here's a general rule of thumb with that. You see a G3 storm, a KP of 7. That's what we need to really get a good display of the aurora here in Wyoming. And the G4 KP of 8, that goes south of the area, so it looks like we could see that there. And when you get up to this strong, it could be the kind where you can actually see with your naked eye. You won't need a camera or your cell phone. You're wondering what these look like? These are pictures taken from our office. There's a G1 storm KP of 5 you see mainly on the horizon. What you'll notice with the trend here as I raise this up, this is a G2 storm, gets higher in the sky. The colors tend to get a little bit more vivid. Here's a KP7 G3, some pretty good colors going all the way up. A G4 storm, this was taken a couple years ago, and see some purples. The colors really going up in the sky. If we can get a G5 storm or a KP of 9, I don't have the picture in here, but it could be very impressive. Now, how to view this? I've gone through this before. Just a quick review here. Go to a dark place away from light pollution. This is Wyoming. Not very hard to do. Look to the north-northeast. It appears a faint glow on the horizon if KP is 6 or less. It becomes more visible when values rise to 7, or especially when we get toward 8 or 9. Now, if you want to take pictures of this, this is the best way to view it, especially if it's not really, really strong. You have a cell phone, just put it in night mode. You have a professional mode on your cell phone, you have a good one. Turn the exposure up a little bit, I'd say to about 8 or 9 seconds. Standalone camera, you have a DSLR or a mirrorless. Turn the exposure up to at least 5 seconds. These are wide aperture, that's the f-stop. Get it as wide as you can. I'd say for best pictures, I'd say between about 8 and 12 seconds. You want to really make those colors pop, put it up to 30, though you could get some fading there and some fuzziness. And again, you want to get a good picture, use a tripod or something to steady the camera. You have long exposures there, it's hard to hold it steady. That's when you tend to get those fuzzy pictures. Anyway, let's keep our fingers crossed. Could have a really good display tonight.